Because it's always funny because every time we do these events, people turn up and they don't even know what it's all about. Yeah, so today is fashion, style and image for men. So basically how to present yourself the best way possible. Right? There's a saying which says dress the way you want to be addressed. I don't know. Do you know anyone who say that? I don't know.
You. So there we go.
Yeah, so I'll copyright that. That's my stuff. Profound, yeah. So how are you guys feeling today? How are you feeling?
Yeah.
That was shit, man. Oh shit, let's try it again. How are you feeling?
Good.
Alright, awesome. That's better. Yeah, so yeah, today you're in for a treat. You're gonna have so much fun. You're gonna learn a lot. I hope you're gonna take some notes. And you're gonna learn a thing or two about men's fashion because it's important the way you present yourself to the world. It's also important the way you present yourself at work and women and everybody else. Because we live in a world that, whether you like it or not, people judge you by your appearance. People look at you before they listen to what you have to say. So if they don't like what they see, then they're not going to listen to you. Right? If you're looking like a homeless person and you're trying to talk to people, even worse, trying to talk to women, then it's not going to work out. So your style, your fashion, your dress sense is very important. So guys, when we talk about this subject, you're like, oh, I don't want to be gay, and I don't want to be feminine, I don't want to go shopping. And those are like limiting beliefs that stop you from achieving your full potential, whatever it is. Manny, welcome, mate. You're getting lost, right?
Yeah. I'm finding that.
You're going to find it. All right, awesome. Yeah, so it's very important the way you dress, the way you present yourself, and I think all of us have got so much to learn. So much to learn. So without further ado, Ollie Pearce, like I said, I've known about him for a long time. I've seen his work. I went to one of his events. I was just blown away by his knowledge and expertise in this area. So everything he says is true. Just take it as gospel. Don't even question it. Take it as gospel.
I like that.
Take it as gospel. Because a lot of guys, they question stuff like,
Yeah.
no, I don't believe this. Like, listen, mate, how long have you been doing this for? Well, I haven't. Yeah, there you go. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's got a lot of ideas to share with you. I hope you learn something. I hope you take something from it. And most importantly, I hope you guys meet each other. Because the men's room is just a community of guys wanting to become better and meet each other and just grow. So I hope you meet each other. If you haven't met anybody, turn to your left, turn to your right, introduce yourself, and then make new friends. Yeah, ladies, you're welcome. Make new friends as well.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, a few more announcements before we start. So a few announcements. What is it I want to talk about? Actually, we'll save the announcement for later. So for now, without further ado, Mr. Ollie Pearce.
Okay, all right, thanks, Simon. So some of you might have seen me talk or not. Hands up who knows who I am, who's seen any of my stuff in the past. I know quite a few of you have, yeah, so there's a few people here. Right, just before I start, I'm going to be brutally honest. As everyone else who's seen me in the past who's watched my website, if I think you look bad and your style is rubbish, I'm going to tell you that. And I'm going to be harsh and fairly rude, but it's going to be all tongue-in-cheek and it's going to be fun. Okay, so destroy my mood. Like Simon was saying, what's one of the main things about fashion, right? How many people here are in a relationship out of the guys? Okay, so there's a handful, 3, right? The majority of guys here are single men, and I'm sure you'd like to meet a woman or a man, as the case may be. Yeah, right. So whoever you're trying to meet, fashion is going to be the most important thing. Of course, your personality is going to be the most important thing, but fashion is going to give you the chance to sort of express who you are and get that moment, that interaction with the desired woman you want. So usually for single men, the thing they want more is attention from females, confidence from females, and to look better for the world of dating. However, fashion isn't just limited to that. This is going to make you more confident. It's going to be a big impact on your work sphere and all areas of your life. So really, that's why fashion is so important. Mainly for attracting the opposite sex, 2 for confidence, 3 for work, just for being that kind of guy. It's actually very alpha, and most alpha males in society will pay huge attention to the way they look. And as ancient proverbs even say, clothes maketh the man, you are what you wear. So this isn't something new, and despite the fact that we're in an age now where fashion is very important, this goes back for thousands of years. The equivalent of stuff like the word peacocking now, which is wearing accessories or certain styles to try and get attention. That goes back to stuff like having a tattoo or nailing a bone through your nose if you're a caveman. That's all ways of standing out, and that's all ways of gathering attention, especially from the opposite sex. So that's very important, is attracting women. And fashion and aesthetic appearance is going to be very important. So basically, I'm going to go through. First, I'm just going to give a very brief critique, or not so brief for a few of you, on what you might be doing wrong. Then we're going to look at a few ideas on what I'm wearing and what one of my partners is wearing, my business partner that is. And then we're going to redress a few of you with our own clothes here and see if you like the ideas, whoever's up for that. We've got a load of stuff here, garments to show you, and give you a definitive list of where to buy stuff and how to improve generally on your sense of style. So basically, clothes make the man. It's very important for all areas of your life. Dress like I'm telling you to now, and you will attract more women, you will feel more confident, and you will be treated differently by people who are already aware of fashion and thus are cool in society as well. Right? Clothes give you the opportunity to be a cool person. Dress like a boring guy, you are a boring guy. Dress like an intellectual nerd, you are an intellectual nerd. Dress like a hot, sexy guy in London who has money, personal income and experience, that's the way you're going to get treated. So you are what you wear is what I'm trying to get across, James. Right? It really, really reflects exactly who you are. So anyway, that's why fashion is important. Simon gave you a brief introduction as to who I am. Right? I've been a stylist for nearly 10 years now. I'm actually in my mid-30s, so I look a lot younger, so just to let guys know exactly who I am, you know. I'm from London, I'm a male model, and a stylist, an image consultant, I'm also a qualified personal trainer. My whole career, since I was about 18, has been trying to look good and trying to help other guys look good, either as a model, personal trainer, or an image consultant. I cover elements of everyone's look, from bad hairdos to bad skin, to bad posture, to getting the right physique, all of it, helping with diet plans. So I'm a definitive authority in looking good and really getting that look which is going to be more attractive, whether it is to sell a modelling product in modelling, to do a fashion show, or to help my general clients, usually on the treacherous world of dating. Right? So that's what I do. So, if there's anyone here who is like sort of a bit shy for me to have a go at what they're wearing, then I don't know, tell me, yeah? Because I'm going to start having a go at what guys are wearing. So, one by one, is there anybody who doesn't mind me picking out who are the worst dressed in the room? Is there anybody who's going to find that offensive? As I said, this is all destroy and rebuild, right? So, that's what I'm going to do, yeah? So I'm going to destroy your ideas, your looks, and then give you new ideas how we can improve. So, everyone stand up a minute, right? So, let's have a look, alright? There's some really tall guys here. Right? So, in each row, I'm going to pick, this is a hard one, this row. Everyone sit down, apart from you. You can come up here, dude. Yeah. Right. He's not the worst dressed, but the way he's dressed is saying a lot about him. Okay? In that row, now, second row, stand up, let's have a look there. I think you. Alright, come over here, dude, if you don't mind. Come stand up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to evaluate the guys I picked from each row. Next row, stand up. Do you know what? You can all sit down. No, that's, you're not totally off the hook.
Yeah, all the other rooms
I might come back to you. I might come back to you. Yeah? Alright, next row. You are so mine, you. No, I talk. And you're not taking to stand up. This red hat guy is coming up right now. Come on, get your ass up here. Come on, Ali G, up here. So don't mug me, yeah. Seriously. Okay, so next row. No, did I miss that? Oh no, that was you, wasn't it? Alright, so next row. The guy with the hat, I should say something, right? But not yet. He's actually quite well dressed. So you can all sit down. Next row, stand up. I know a lot of you. I know you two quite well, don't I? I think my man who came in late with the red jacket, I think you're going to have to come up here for me.
You know that.
And that'll do for now, but we're going to give a bit of a critique in general. So, are you sure?
Yes.
It's not really embarrassing to be fun for the whole group. I really love to talk. Really?
Yes.
That's a real shame, right? Because he He's the one I want to get Are you sure he wouldn't like me to be rude to in front of a room of people? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to tell you maybe from here a few tips on what you're doing, right? But anyway, so, alright guys, so straight away, why have I picked on these guys? Okay? None of them have a current style, is one thing, right? None of it's current, and none of them really know what they're doing, right? Let's get the age ranges here. How old are you, man?
33.
33?
40.
40?
29.
29?
44.
44, alright, so everyone is sort of, mid-30s onwards. Someone was 29, 29, yeah? But I'm actually 33 this year, I'm 32 at the moment, but I have a look here, right? It says things about me, I've made the effort and I know what to wear. So before we go into how I dress and how I want you guys to try and dress and the tips, let's go through what they're wearing. Alright, so dude, first things first, just screaming at me, hiking boots. You're in Covent Garden. What's that?
I've been out with my kids today.
You've been out with your kids?
Yeah.
Where, in the Cairngorms or?
Yeah, just out in the forest.
Okay, right, so
That's why.
a lot of people are going to do this, they're going to have a constant sort of comeback as to why, right? But so you've been out with your kids, but just purely as for now, we're going to say what would be wrong with it, right? So one thing I like to think is that hiking boots are for hiking, right? Trainers are for training, right? Unless you really know how to wear sneakers and trainers, they're always going to look kind of shabby. So men of a certain age should wear leather shoes or a fashionable shoe at all times. There's actually not one fashionable shoe on here. Again, we always talk about how women respond to men and fashion, right? There are three cliched things which in any women's magazine, women, there are two at the back you can ask them, will always say they look at first for a man, right? Shoes, bum and eyes, okay? You can't cut your eyes out, or you can do squats and work on that booty, but that's another day's talk, right? But shoes you can change. Shoes represent your style, right? If you've got nice shoes on, you probably calculate they're nice, you've chosen them, you know they're fashionable, you know they're current, which puts you in the category of a fashionable type of guy. So you know about fashion, you know what to choose, you know what suits you. I'm going to show you a lot of shoes later. So they represent the material aspects of your character. How you celebrate your own fashion, your own sense of style, and where you are in society. If you're wearing shoes which are one that's totally not needed, i.e. hiking boots in London, it's a bit bizarre. People are going to look down and think, why the hell are you wearing hiking boots, Is that something you find normal living in the city, in your day-to-day lifestyle, seeing Covent Garden? You have a reason, so that's, as I said, but if you find yourself sort of wearing that kind of shoe, and I'm sure there are other guys in the room who are right now, change that, right? You're a man, everybody here is, at an age where they want to dress in a manly way and look cool and look like a London type with a sense of fashion. No hiking boots first. The second criticism I'm going to have for both your two shoes, right, is I would imagine both you guys don't really put much effort into style and fashion and aren't really aware of what works for you, right? To me they're like very generic shoes, both of which a man will just choose because they work for work, or because they're comfortable, or simply because they were the ones he saw first. So neither shoe has any style to them. They're not fashionable, they're not in. Right? We don't need to follow the crowd religiously, right? But if you want to look better, fashion, the root of fashion in Latin is mode. It's la mode in French. That means the mode, it's common to all people. You can't, some other fashion theorists and high fashion will say you want to be totally different. You want to look totally extreme and different. That's not true. You want to look like everybody else does, just do it really well. Right? Thus, the kind of styles which I'm interpreting now, and these aren't my takes, I'm just very good authority on what's going on in the scene and what's cool for guys and what's timeless for guys as well. It's not so much just going to go out. I take inspiration kind of from celebrity fashion, got high-end celebrities, like sort of Geordie Shore, right? High-end celebrities, Hollywood, actors, etc., rock stars, and then magazines like GQ, Esquire, and Maxim. So high-end men's fashion, but still for a young audience. So young but mature audience. These two guys are just totally not in those categories, right? You look like you just finished work, right? Really, it's a Sunday evening. Right? And you haven't just finished work, have you? No. So exactly, so we need to really distinguish between these two looks, right? If you take off that jumper and put a tie on and carry a briefcase, you could literally be going to work, right? But who knows, you might want to go out for a drink tonight, you've had a date, it's the weekend still, right? So we need to give you a look which is clearly for the social sphere and not for work. The shoes reflect that as well. I started from that. Again, there's no real input. Do you wear elements of what you're wearing for work as well?
No.
No? You look like you could be, right? So no offence, but we need to make it quite clear that your social sphere is one thing and work is the other thing. So it's not a great look. And also the suit is kind of baggy cut and out of shape. You're a big, impressive guy. You could make a lot more of your physique and your height and your size and do a lot more with that. And I'm going to show you ideas which are going to work perfectly for you. Alright? Your glasses frame is, however, very good. So guys with glasses, that's the glasses frame you're going to go for. That's the most common fashionable glasses frame, small, rectangular, black rim. So there we go. There's one first thing, anyone with glasses who wants to get an idea of this, that'll work really well. Alright, so from really sort of hiking looking and not a fashionable look and nothing which is going to get attention is kind of leave people like, why the hell is the dress going hiking, to a look which is really conservative and boring. You mentioned older than you are as well. How old are you again? 40. 40. Actually you look great for your age, right? But you're kind of looking like Clark Kent. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Superman. Do you know what I mean? Right? Except Clark Kent, before he rips off his thingamajig, is like the mega geek. So like we're saying you're good looking, but underneath it, unless you've got on a leotard, which I just don't want to see, yeah? You sure? Unless you've got on a leotard and you're about to like punch my head through the wall, right? Then no, because Clark Kent is meant to be that sort of anti-hero. Superman is the hero. Clark Kent is the one who can't believe you can even get the girl, right? So that's what you're kind of representing here. Is you're good looking and you're tall. You've got a lot. You're quite a striking guy, but you're losing all that by dressing in a slightly geeky manner and not making it clear this is Sunday or Saturday or Friday or this is after work. And this is how I look for my own time, socially. I'd be totally lost as to where you were from, how old you were, what kind of thing you did. I wanted to look at you and imagine, I bet he's this kind of age, I bet he's got a kind of cool job, I bet he's got a kind of cool income, high income, I bet he lives in this kind of area, definitely in London, so predict more about you. You lose me totally, I have a clue with you. That's not good. You need people, that's not mystery, as in, ooh, he's so different. That's just like, I can't bother to even have a look, because it's boring. Right? And this is me being brutally honest, but as a straight guy, with basically no, I don't care about what anyone's wearing here really, apart from to help you today, and so you enjoy the talk, have a bit of a laugh, right? The only input in your life I have is today. So what I'm saying as a straight man with no interest in anyone's lives really, is going to be massively amplified, especially by women, who you're potentially trying to date or go out with, or in the rawest terms, get in bed. So I don't want to be offensive, but you've got to think, if you're not aesthetically pleasing on a first impression and your look is boring as fuck and unsexy, that doesn't really signify great things for a date, for a sex life, for a relationship. Nobody wants, they're not going to start looking into men to bore them on just their appearance. So, as I would, if somebody looks really boring, a girl, and she likes me, she can be really pretty, but I'd be like, wow, she's incredibly boring and incredibly badly dressed. That's going to have a lot of signifiers for me, or vice versa for a woman. So do you be aware of that. Despite the fact they're good looking and tall, and the Superman thing going on, it's got to be a bit more less boring. Brings me on to you, bro. Alright, so what's your name? Yo, right, I'm going to call you Yo. Yo, right, because he is pretty gangster, right? So, no, he's not. Definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. That was sarcasm, gent. So, yo, right? It's boring as fuck. Yeah, it's even more boring than him. In fact, you're his accountant. You're laughing. You're his cleaner. Sorry. As I said, I'm going to rip on you guys today. Yeah? I'm going to really rip on you, and I want to make everyone laugh because that makes me less likely to get attacked on the way to the station or whatever. So I want everyone to laugh because it is a laugh, right? And that's what it's all about. If I was talking about inner issues, I also do similar work to Simon. I work as a date coach as well. If I was talking about people's issues of their own persona or conversation and stuff, I wouldn't be this harsh. These are clothes. You can take them off. Take them off and burn them, as the case may be. Yeah, right? So I want to get a laugh out of you anyway. So, Yo, the man himself, right? Yo looks again stereotypically boring. In fact, I go, he's worse than you. Because at least you look like a boring guy who probably has a good career, probably as an accountant or something, but you know, you look like that. Yo looks like, I can't tell if he's a student or if he's, you know, what do you do now?
Yeah, I'm a PhD student.
A PhD student, right? So that's actually going to be attractive. Apart from the fact that he probably doesn't have a huge amount of money because he's still studying, he's an intellectual man, right? So that's very appealing to anyone, right? As a social character or as a prospective date, yeah? He's clever, he's got a brain, and eventually doing a PhD. What do you do a PhD in?
Mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering. Okay, so he's probably going to have a very good career at the end of it as well. He's going to get a good job, he's going to have money, and he's going to be a very good prospect for some lucky young lady, right? But all of those sort of great things about who you are and about the future prospect, right? They're totally just diffused by the fact that, again, you look boring and unsexy. So any woman who's going to sort of give you the time of day is going to have to totally be sort of, well, you know what, I'm going to totally forget about the things which turn me on as a female, as a human being, as a mammal, right? They're going to have to look through that and see the good life qualities you have. We want them to look at you and be like, wow, that guy's sexy. He's fun, he's sexy, he's going to be a good date, he's going to have a good time, you know, he's going to take me out and we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a laugh. So again, they want you to look cooler, more fashionable, and more self-confident and more aware of yourself. That's another thing we have to do, gents. A lot of guys don't even try with fashion. You know why? Because they're afraid to even put themselves out there, to even try it. They've totally limited themselves to someone who's not that kind of guy. They don't get attention from females, they don't like to do themselves up, they don't like to try stuff, and thus they will resign that and fade even further into the background. Whereas just little touches and little things we'll show you today will give you that sort of emphasis and get the ball rolling, and you'll realise that everyone can do it. It's actually very easy, and we're going to give you simple and more smooth. One last thing, right, is there's a massive stereotype. Asian PhD student. Yeah, that's a stereotype. Avoid stereotypes at all costs. Yeah. So we don't want. We're in London, where everything is going to be stereotypical. Right. So the fact that I'm saying you might look geeky is also a stereotype, and that's not a racist comment. That's just true. It's just what people think, right? So by having no gel in your hair, glasses, doing a PhD, if you do come to a situation where you're meeting people, they're going to sum you up and make other judgments on who you are just from your appearance. Whereas if you totally blow their brain, if you turned up looking super cool, and then you had all of those great prerequisites I said, like brains, a good career path, the fact that you're doing a PhD, all of these things are very attractive. That's going to really make them much, much more attractive. So again, all the good things that you two have are being spoiled, especially in the world of dating, by the bad ones, alright? So then, my man, alright, so, dude, how old are you again?
44.
44, right, so, our first victim, right, the clothes are too young, it's too juvenile, right, so, I will say, so Energy, right, it's a cheap brand, it actually fits you very well, right, the style's not bad, you've got the muscles going on there and all that, it looks young and cheap and too young, right, so you're 44, I'm going to take off my jacket now, you're going to see some real muscles as well. Fuck them little pea shooters. So, I kept the jacket on because I've got a nice look. Obviously, me and Alex, we're going to wear styles that should work for us guys. Come up here quickly, Al, anyway. So, because Al's an even better example of this. So, we've got nice styles on today. So, Alex, on the other hand, I'm 33, but Alex is 22.
23.
23 is 10 years younger than me. So look, he's 20 years younger than you, except he looks 20 times more civilized, sophisticated, and basically like he commands more attention, a better career, a higher salary. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we've got to be aware of, is that everything you do, the first impression, I mean, dude, I would hate to see you to walk into a place and have the whole room say, who's the more desirable male? Remember, that's not done on raw sexuality, on your look, right? Actually, men tend to look at women and, you know, a push-up bra, or makeup, or fake tan, or a girl who hits the gym loads. It's very aesthetic. Men are quite shallow, right? Sorry girls, but it's true, right? Men are quite shallow, right? Men tend to really go on just looks. Women, again, are going to be much more what you represent, you know. So if you dress in a way which shows, you know, that you're a sort of powerful, well-dressed, successful man, and you encapsulate elements of fashion that suit you, your profile, and how your profile should be within society, that kind of bloke, right, you're going to get a lot more attention. What kind of bloke is that? That's a bloke with, you know, an old pair of Puma Plume soles, a top which fits pretty well and shows off the physique. It is also a pretty, you know, it's very sort of lower high street band energy. It's a bit out of shape. He looks younger than he should. I think we're going to redress you in a minute, mate. Okay. In one of the style, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
So, but you see what I mean by that, yeah? How obviously, despite the fact, I don't know what you do, I have no knowledge of your life, you two right now, or any of us do, so us three now, I don't know, you ready for this? Bang! Ooh. Bang! Right, so us three right now, yeah? Definitely, dude, we own the yacht. Yeah? Alright? You might be allowed to, I don't know, clean or something. No. So do you know what I mean? So you've got to be very careful about what things signify. This is Alex anyway, who's actually part of my website. You're going to see, if you check that out, you're going to see Alex working with us as well, right? But back to what I said about you, right? So you've got to be very careful. And there are a few other targets here. Man, stand up a little bit. Not so bad, but you turn around to the room as well. It's just a bit young looking, and I know it's Sunday, I know we're just in a talk, and a lot of people say, oh, it's Sunday, oh, I'm relaxed, but it looks juvenile. A little bit you as well, mate. Yeah, it looks juvenile. It looks like a younger man, and a man who hasn't got the money to dress himself well. Right, how old are you?
34.
34, so you're the same age as me, right?
Yeah.
At 34, right, a successful guy, and people are interested in, and people are interested in his life, and he attracts people wherever he goes, is more aware of himself than these garments, right? So that's going to have a negative effect. People are going to see you, they're going to see that, and they're going to, well, you know what, he doesn't put that much effort into himself, you know, and he's not aware of how he should dress himself at that age, which means, why the hell am I going to bother, right? And if you want to get quality women, again, and, you know, I hate to put a number, you want to get the 8s, 9s and 10s, and that's the same for women as well, then you're going to have to be pretty excellent in all categories. You're going to have good conversation, you're going to have a sense of humour, you're going to have to achieve something in your life, or be trying to achieve something, have an aim and a goal, and you're going to have to look hot shit, because only you are going to be the one who really invests in yourself. And if you don't really invest in yourself, then you don't show any self-esteem. If you don't show high self-esteem, you don't show any self-confidence. And if you don't have high self-esteem and high self-confidence, you will never achieve what you want, either with women, and unless you're super intellectual with work either. Even work and dominating other people in the workplace will be affected by this whole attitude of carrying yourself with pride and like an alpha male. So again, it's dressing down and it's boring and it's not expressive of your age and the situation you should be in. What do you both do, by the way?
I do maintenance work.
Maintenance, advertising, right? So advertising and maintenance, two very different careers, right? Doesn't matter, right? You both have the same problems. Of all of you, I wouldn't know who was on what job, or all of it's miscellaneous and boring. If I stand here in review lot and they say one of them is a footballer's agent, it's just obviously going to be me. Yeah, right. If they say one of us has a really, you know, desirable, cool lifestyle, it's me. Yeah, you know, like, one of us has a really hot girlfriend, it's still me. Yeah, right. So we have to look like that, because men who have these things, which we all want, always look like it as well. It's very hard to play the role without being, to be the part without playing the role. If you want to go out there and have all these things in your life, you better hope you're mega rich or mega lucky. Yeah, because you're not going to get them without all your life being in line. And that's why, despite the fact today I'm talking about fashion, me and the guys I work with, we're actually life coaches. It's not just about your image, it's about everything. And this will be one start to guys looking to take that step and that journey into being a more rounded character, commanding more respect, more attention, and definitely appealing more to women. This is the first step, right? Is to get your fashion sorted. So, back to my man here, right? I had a thoroughgo, it's in great shape as well. And I can totally show that off. And you like this top because it shows off the arm below, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Come on, man. He knows. Who, me? No, yeah, of course, right? And I never wear tops to show off the arm. You know? Girls, she's taking a picture, how are you? No, so, I'm also a dickhead, right? No, so, that's actually working out well, show off the arms, and that's a great thing, be aware of your sexuality, where, you know, you're working out, but I can help you do that even better than this. Cool. The jeans actually aren't a bad cut, And he looks the funnest, right? But it looks too young. The jeans aren't a bad cut. The shoes are too young, and the top is branded in a bad way. We're going to stay away from branding religiously. Terrible, terrible, and you know what? For hiking, great. For hiking, great, right? But no hiking around here, right? So those are a few bad. You can sit down as well. But there's a few bad examples there, right? All you have a seat, and then I'm going to think about a few more. Right. No, don't touch it.
Come on, they got balls.
You're not my third yet, boys. So, who else would like me to have a bit of a comment on there? Come up, dude. Anyone who would like me to say?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Right, so, alright, one at a time. Okay, so let's do it in fives, in groups of five. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Right, that's it for now. So, again, easily the best dressed, this guy here. Like, just by a million miles, right? And in fact, you're pretty well dressed. He's got a start to him. So, do you stand back? Because I don't want the horrible rays to deflect onto you.
This is my casual Sunday as well. This is not how I dress for a night out.
So
or work or anything like that.
He dresses even better for a night out. I'm going to get this guy's Facebook.
Sorry, bro. If you want the best, you must be the best.
There we go. There we go. My man. So, and he dresses well, right? But then you, dude, what a huge disappointment, because when you were sitting back there, I saw a nice scarf, a leather jacket, nice hair, and then you stood up, and I realised you'd been like stealing shoes from the charity bin. So, dude, so I think I can probably predict where he got the shoes from. Right? This is something I like doing on talks. It's just predicting where you got that shit from. Yeah. Did you by any chance get them in Sports Direct? Yes. Sports Direct, right, is like, dude, wow, that's just like telling everyone that you shop at Lidl. Right? It's not good, man. Yeah, right? So I know they're from Sports Direct. I know they're cheap as fuck, they're non-branded, and they're trainers for training. I don't like branding. If you're going to wear trainers, they have to be Nike. Right, and they have to be a nice trainer. There's nothing worse than wearing a trainer which is even shit, which is a shit trainer. It's like, how can you wear a shit piece of shit? You know, like it's having something bad which is even worse. So 1, trainers for training. 2, they're bad trainers. It's going to say a lot about you. 3, you're actually a great looking guy, and it's spoiling the whole look. Right?
To be honest, I'm going to walk today a lot, so that's the reason this
I
one.
know.
I was thinking of getting another shoe, yeah.
True, you could walk yourself right to the shoe shop. Again, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. So anyway, yeah, I know. And guys going to say this all day, but I was cold. Oh, but I was comfortable. Yeah, but C, what do I always say? C is not in the fashion dictionary. Convenience, comfort and cold. Who gives a fuck, man? Yeah, there are girls walking around in Bradford in the freezing cold right now in miniskirts, dressed up to the nines in little handbags. They look nice. Well, relatively nice. They're from Bradford. No, they look alright, you know. They look cool, they're putting a lot of effort in. So again, we have to reciprocate those values, right? People who are aware of themselves and who get attention, who look good, always look good, right? So even if you go to Tesco for a pint of milk, look good. Start to let this become part of your daily lifestyle. I guarantee in the long run it will help. And when the opportunity arises, I always bring it back to women, because I think that that's a really big part of any man's life, is meeting a nice girl. And say you do have that opportunity to meet your girlfriend anytime. You know, it could be anywhere at any time. Then you're going to be very happy you're not wearing those shoes, right? You know, because that could be the thing which makes or breaks it. A lot of chicks, you know, you might meet a girl and the girl will be like, do you know what, that guy, he was really funny actually, and I liked him, and there's something quite different about him, but dude, he just looked so terrible. Oh, I'm on the fence. You know, he wasn't that bad looking, but his clothes and his style and his hair, the gel in his hair, no, I'm going to ignore that text. Whereas had you had on like killer clothes, that could totally just swing it the other way. And that's the same with sort of job interviews and stuff. You go to an interview looking really hot shit, and your grooming is perfect, and your suit fits you perfectly. And then the next guy comes in, and he's exactly as good as you in the interview, except he's got a much nicer look and a better suit. He just looks like a more efficient and more sort of situated within society and what anybody wants. Everyone wants powerful people, everyone wants cool people to dress like it as well. So again, that's swinging the look for me, and it's swinging in other social scenarios. One thing I'm going to say quickly, right, is jeans. I'm wearing skinny jeans, right? Everyone should try skinny jeans. Every single person in the room. No matter how big you are, you can be any physique. You go from a really slim guy to a bigger guy, skinny jeans is the way forward. If you put on skinny jeans and you've got really chunky legs and your legs are looking like, a bit chubby in that and it's looking like a leotard, then you go for straight leg jeans. You can't go for straight leg if they're too tight. You go for drain pipe leg jeans. What we don't want is baggy jeans or jeans with no fit. They're a bit like with no fit. They're not bad, but they're not good. Skinny jeans like I'm wearing, and a lot of guys be like, oh, but I've got big legs, yeah, I've got big legs, so shut up. I've got big arms, I go to the gym far too much, my legs are massive. Skinny jeans, they work fine for me, they're going to work for everyone in this room, I guarantee it. So wear slim leg or skinny jeans. They don't have to be like mine, are real skinny, like Russell Brand. They don't have to go on like that, they can just be a slim cut. But why? It's been fashionable for a good 5 or 6 years now, it's going to be fashionable for another 5 or 6 years now. It's simply, one, it's fashionable, I don't decide that. But two, it's more aesthetically pleasing. If you've got slim jeans, it's going to make your legs look skinnier, it's going to make your waist look smaller, which is going to emphasise your upper body. You will never see a model, female or male, not wearing skinny jeans. It makes you look taller, it makes your body look better, and plus it's more fashionable. So everyone in the room, try skinny jeans, seriously. And all the guys at the back, right, Matt there, this is my friend Matt, you might as well know Matt, you might know Matt. Alex, all wearing skinny jeans. Ryan, who's going to come on and get emails that nobody wants to sign up later. All have skinny jeans on. They're simply going to create a nicer shape and they're more trendy. So for all of you, you'll try that, apart from the man himself who has skinny jeans on. He's got kind of a better idea of fashion and what suits him. So try skinny jeans. And don't get freaked out. We're not Russell Brand. We're not all going to have to, go that skinny. Just a slim leg cut of jeans. And in a minute, when we decide who's going to do the makeovers, some of you lucky jet guys are going to have a makeover, then we'll try people who haven't worn them before in that combo. Let's see what's underneath the leather jacket. One more thing, right? I don't mind the leather jacket, but